right, kids. Fractional coefficients. Today's date is 2-5. Who can give me an example of a coefficient that you see in example 1 or example 2? Lily. 1/4 is a coefficient. Give me an example of another coefficient on the screen. Madison. 1/5. Give me an example of a variable on the screen that you see, Robin.
X.
X. Give me another variable, Isha. M. Give me a constant. Give me a constant, Malik. 8 is a constant, and the last constant, everyone, is 13. Very good. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to write down how we would say this equation. Okay, this is 1/4 of x is 8. Okay, it's a full sentence, equations are. 1/4 of x is 8. All right, so if we were going to model this, and I do want you to model it for your notes, and we would have a unit bar here, and our whole, who can raise your hand and tell me what the whole would be, Ryan? X is the whole. How many units are we going to divide x into? Okay, make sure your bar is not underneath the equation. It needs to be off to the side. Okay, we are going to divide our unit bar into 4 units. And where am I going to put that 8? Where am I going to put that 8, Isha?
One of the fourths.
In 1 to the 4ths, because 1/4 of x equals 8. If we know that 1/4 of x is 8, then what does x equal? The next line of my equation is just going to be the answer. What does x equal, Ryan?
2.
And how do you get that?
You multiply 8 by 4. It says 8 is 1/4.
Good. So 8 times 4 is 32. So if 1/4 of x is 8, then all of x, or 4/4 of x, is 32. All right? I want you to do a model and find out m for example 2, please. Go with your table mate. All right. So what is my whole here in my unit bar, Adam? M is our whole. Very good. How many units do we divide it into, kids? 5. And each unit equals what? Say if you know what? 13. So if 1/5 of m is 13, then what does m equal, Robin? 65 is the correct answer. Notice my algebra here. I've got my equation and my answer right underneath it. And my model is off to the side. I can't remember how to say, so I put my model underneath. All right. So let's look at example 3. This is going to be the last one that I require a model for. All right. But we're going to model this. What is our whole, kids? Say it if you know it. X. All right. Maya, how many units should we break x into?
3.
3 units. Very good. And then what should I do with that 18? Ryan?
You should put a brace over 2 of them.
2 of those units, or 2/3 of x,
And you pick
equals 18. So when we see that 2/3 of x is 18, we're going to want to make a pit stop at 1/3 of x. This is kind of like the unitary method and algebra at the same time. Okay, you've got to have the x in there. It's not 1/3. It's 1/3 of something with x equals 18. Or I'm sorry, what does 1/3 equal then, Emma?
9.
9. Very good. So if 1/3 of x is 9, now I can know what all of x is. Okay, I could say 3/3, but what's 3 over 3, kids? 1. So I really don't need that. Okay, all of x equals what, Madison? 27. Okay, 3 lines. I've got my equation here. I've got my pit stop at 1/3, and then I've got my answer. X equals 27. All right. You and your table mate do example 4. The bar model is optional. Don't forget, though, you have to make a pit stop. Okay, everybody. If 5/8 of y is 45, who who can tell me what 1/8 of y is, Malik? 9. So we take all 5 units and we divide them up. Each unit is going to have 9 in it. If I know that 1/8 of y is 9, kids, and I know that all of y is what, Isha?
72.
72, because 9 times 8 is 72. This is exactly how your algebra should look. The bar model is optional. Now, for our last problem here, we have a couple of terms with a fractional coefficient. All right? So what do you think we need to get rid of first? What do you think we need to do first, Hannah? We got to eliminate that constant first. So I have 1/6 n plus 24. So Hannah, what are we going to add to both sides?
Plus negative 24.
Good. Add negative 24 to both sides. 32 plus negative 24. All right, very good. What am I left with? Ryan.
1/6 n equals 8.
Good. If 1/6 of n equals 8, then what does n equal, Malik? N equals 48. Very good.